today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's the NFC Wildcard round on EA Sports. Justin Herbert and the Carolina Panthers versus Drew Lock and the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
Brings up second and
throwing again on second down. Lock got a man. It's Tanyan complete. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Lock. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So now here are the Panthers with excellent field position to start off. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now the first carry for Darrington Evans. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And one thing we haven't pointed out yet, probably should, you got a dome team on the road, January, cold weather. How tough is that, or is that something that really shouldn't come into play?
Well, it shouldn't come into play, but let's face it, if you've been a dome team all year and used to controlled environment, you need to get yourself outside a little bit for practice during the week, and that's what most of these teams do, because just because they play in a dome doesn't mean they don't have bad weather outside to work in, so they can do that, get their guys acclimated, and in that way, it takes it all the way when you get to game day in a foreign place.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. But we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
It's a pickup of 6.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Mixon. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
On the carry.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now Locke. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep is Gunnar Olszewski. There's the stiff arm. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
Well, they certainly are. And let's face it, every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the #1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs If you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
It's second down and 10.
Gore. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down.
A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Delayed game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still second down.
Following the delay, here's second and 9. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. A throw caught by Kumaro. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10.
The Falcons offense set to go. They look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it first and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier, tackled at the 25-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Falcons, nothing.
On second and 9, Locke. This pass complete to Higgins. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
A 5-yard pickup on the play.
From the gun on third down, Locke. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
First down, Atlanta.
A draw play for Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Block off of play action. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
He was covered by Christian Fulton.
Shotgun snap to Lock. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
He was brought down.
The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Looking for the end zone. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play in a quick strike.
The score, Panthers 10, Falcons 3.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
26. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Delay of game. Offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Open man is Denzel Mims. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on 1st down with Evans. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Carolina! Jake Kumaro with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers add on to their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Prater on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got 3. Now he's 2nd and 7. Locke working out of the gun. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun. Locke. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, Locke. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. On the screen, this is Evans. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
It's a pickup
On the delay, it's Mixon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Clock now on first down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it second down. Locke's trying to hurry him up with that clock running. He finds his running back, Mixon. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This is the 4th and final game here on this Wildcard weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's NFC wildcard game. And it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who are moving on as they defeat the New York Giants. Meanwhile, in our game, it took a little while to get settled in, but we were in for a battle royale in this second half. And to call the action, let's go back to the guys who've been there all year, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's Gore. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Max Crosby able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a nice target.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, Herbert. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for 28 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, you never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To the air again, Herbert. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Darrington Evans there to make the grab. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Carolina scores to cap it off. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. A.J. Epinesa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
To try again after the sack. Lock. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. The passing, no escape for Lock, and he'll go down. A.J. Epinesa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They're continuing to rock and roll. And at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Operating from the gun, Herbert, and quickly finding Rager. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jalen Rager, 42 yards, and the Panthers add on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now this throw caught left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. Open man is Higgins. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
It's just me and you. Mike 50.
From the gun, Locke. He gets it left side, Johnson. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Deontay Johnson. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 26-yard line.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he fends him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Raekwon Davis drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And this is going to be incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Another carry now for Gore. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
It's 3rd down and 12.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
That's good.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
On 1st down, it's Gore. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Frank Gore.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 7.
Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you. And it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Lock. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by
all these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
coverage on the play by
Lock gonna go on 4th down. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
Face mask. Defense.
What's up, man?
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Here's Lock to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Atlanta.
Operating from the gun. Lock. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Robert Tanyan was the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
A fumble on the play.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
The tackle made
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Evans. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Falcons' 5-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The 2-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for this with Evans. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. After the turnover, here's Locke. Looking sideline, incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. From his own end zone, Locke on 3rd and long. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000.
9-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.